unknown number. Hello?
Hello, Nikki. Do you like scary movies?
Yeah. I love scary movies.
So what's your favorite scary movie, Nikki?
Ooh, good one. I don't know, maybe like 7?
That's a psychological thriller.
What was that?
Never mind. But don't you think it's a little late, Nikki, to be drinking exactly 3 parts red wine with 1 part monster mixed with a purple straw?
That was oddly specific. You were clearly standing right behind me.
Shit. Always too specific.
Good morning, sunshines. Apologies for the attractive backdrop behind me, but we'll have a much cooler one at the new spot that I'm moving to, I promise. I'm gonna have a whole area dedicated just for it. Today is the end of Halloween. I mean, the end of October. So, therefore, I thought it would be appropriate to share with y'all my top scary movies. Now, I like so many scary movies. It's just my genre, it's my go-to. I don't know why. I know a lot of people that just, most of my friends refuse to watch them and just don't enjoy them at all. And I don't know what it is about them that's so appealing to me, but I'm obsessed with watching scary movies. I watch them by myself, whatever, all the time. I have for a few years now, and I haven't always been that way, but now I think I've always been that way. I've always kind of liked scary movies, but I used to not be able to watch them by myself, and now I do. I developed. So, without further ado, I'm going to pick 7 of my personal favorites, because 7's one of my lucky numbers. Instead of being like most favorite countdown, I want to do a kind of by genre. So that is how this list is gonna go. And without further ado, number 1. Oh, there's so many. Okay, or number 7. We'll count down anyway, whatever. Number 7. The first movie I have to point out because I love this one. I've rewatched it so many times and it's just a classic, and that's gonna be Scream. If you don't like Scream, I don't even know what to do with you. It's just such a good classic scary movie because it goes over all the rules of scary movies and then proceeds to go through them. And it's just, it has a little bit of humor. You get like Courtney Cox and David Arquette, who we love. Drew Barrymore's in it for like 5 seconds. And it's just such an awesome movie. Like, I love it. I still jump at it, even though I've seen it 1,000 times. And also what's great about it is there's like Scream 2, 3, and 4, which I also enjoyed those. So you can definitely watch those if you also like Scream. And that's probably just my favorite like older like slasher flick, you know what I mean? Because I'm not really into slasher movies. I don't like movies like The Strangers or Saw or like gory blood. Like, that's not my favorite kind of scary. I like things to jump out at me. I like to get my adrenaline kind of pumping, like, oh my God. Those are my favorite. So Scream, if you like Scream, you're gonna like Scream 2, 3, and 4. And then you'll also like I Know What You Did Last Summer, and you'll probably like the 2009 Friday the 13th. Oh, and Get Out, of course, the newer one. I liked Get Out, but it just didn't make it to my top, personally, even though I did enjoy it. So that is gonna be my number 7 on the scary movie countdown. Moving on to number 6, we go more with something that had a ton of jump scares, that if you just kind of like the cheap thrills and you jumped a lot, it was just terrifying. This movie I saw in theaters the day it came out this year, so it's very new. And it just scared the crap out of me. I left exhilarated from that movie theater. And that movie would be Annabelle Creation. The Creation, I think it's called. And that came out earlier this year. And we actually saw it in 4DX. So it was like in a chair that moves with the movie. It's just very creepy. And when you see movies the day they come out, it's kind of fun because the whole theater is kind of afraid with you. So you get that kind of, you're all in it together, you know, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you're all screaming at the same time. I scream out loud in scary movies. I'm that person that you probably hate at the theater. I literally scream out loud. However, that is my top current, top of my head, the jump scare movie that I really liked. I loved Annabelle. I love paranormal scary movies. Those are probably my favorite. So that one, if you liked that, not Annabelle Creation, Annabelle, which came out in 2014, I think. Then The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2, they're all kind of part of the same thing. So if you liked Annabelle, you will like those also. And you'll probably also like Sinister and Insidious. Insidious always has this one part that pops out into my head every time I think of it, and it's still I cannot watch even the preview of it because this 1 second of the film terrifies me. And it's when he's looking into the bathroom mirror and there's that red-faced guy behind him, and for some reason that moment just I literally scream every time. I don't know why. I have a problem. But that exact moment of that movie, Insidious, is also a good one to go along with Annabelle Creation. And that's kind of, I think those are similar, like paranormal, newer kind of genre, whatever that is. Which brings us to, I mean, that doesn't bring us to, but number 5 on the countdown. We have number 5 I chose as my wild card. So this is kind of a super random scary movie, and you probably, I don't know, most people I know haven't heard of it or even seen it, but it's my wild card and I really like it, and I don't know why, but I've rewatched it like 10 times. And if I can rewatch a scary movie, then that means it's a good scary movie. It would be Silent Hill. It's based off, or loosely based off of like a video game series that I also like. And it's terrifying. It's super, super creepy. It's like, it just gives you the heebie-jeebies the whole time. It's just creepy and it's sick. But for some reason, I really like it. It has a good storyline. Sean Bean, is that how you say his last name? Bean? Sean Bean is in it, aka Boromir from Lord of the Rings. He's in a billion other things. I really enjoyed that movie. You're just on it, and the story like develops well as it goes along, and it has like a very climactic ending, and it's just creepy and it's weird and it's cool. It's a cool movie in my opinion, so I really enjoyed that. If you like that movie, I don't really know what other movies kind of compare to it. If you can think of any, feel free to comment down below. Probably be like Resident Evil movies maybe, because they're also based on a video game, or maybe like Evil Dead or something like that. It's just like creepy and ugh. But Silent Hill, great scary movie. Weird, twisted, sick, dark, but great scary movie. Number 4 on our scary movie countdown. Now this is going to be mine and Miles' favorite genre lately, has been found footage films, because something about them is just like trippy, you know what I mean? And the first one that most people probably know of is Paranormal Activity, obviously, or Blair Witch. Those two are like the classic found footage. But my current favorite found footage, which has a close second with something similar to it, it's called REC, R-E-C, or I guess they're short for record, I don't know. But it's in Spanish, so you do have to read subtitles, but it's not like that big of a deal in a scary movie, because I feel like the talking isn't really what gets it moving along. This one's just like found footage, and it's creepy, and there's jump scares galore, and you're like, oh my gosh. It's a very well done found footage film, and I will say that second, it's so close, I couldn't even pick which one I liked more, but I feel like REC is just a little scarier. However, Quarantine is also really good, and they're both kind of, there's like a virus kind of zombie-like thing going on, theme in them. Super scary. There's also a REC 2, which I thought was really good as well. And if you like found footage films and you want more, I guess it's more paranormal, I don't know, but Grave Encounters is freaking creepy, and I had a dream with those bad guys in it the other night, and then I was like, Nikki, you gotta stop watching scary movies, because that dream, it was awful. It was awful. I woke up from it and I was literally scared shitless. Oh, other found footage. Oh, Paranormal Activity and Blair Witch, obviously you know of. You have to watch Grave Encounters, Quarantine, and then also if you like found footage, As Above, So Below. Super creepy. Super creepy. Oh my gosh, I love found footage films right now. So you should definitely watch those if you're interested. And also listen to others you know below, because I would love to see more. We keep hunting for them and keep watching crappy scary movies instead. So it sucks when you watch one all the way through and it's just kind of terrible, but those are guaranteed. You get a little scare out of them, and they're fun to watch. Number 3, we gotta look at the classic scary movies. You know what I mean? These are all gonna be from like 70s, 80s, maybe 1990. And there's so many of them that it was really, really difficult to pick one. And I even changed it like 6 times on my little notes before I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna go with this one. And I don't know if it's because they just did a remake for it and that's why it's just in my head, so that's why I'm picking it. But I'm gonna pick it, the old one, 1990, because just, it's like something about it. It's 3 hours long. It was I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a TV mini, or it was a TV mini series, like with 3 episodes. So it's super freaking long, but it's so good. It has like, I mean, it's cheesy and it's terrible. And if you look at it now, you kind of laugh a little bit. But there are a couple jump scare parts. I like that it's like them as adults and there's flashbacks. There's a bit of humor to it. There's like this like good guys versus bad guys. I just liked the movie. It was good. And if I have to think of the classics, I like that one, and it gives me more of a feel-good feeling than like the other movies that terrified me in my childhood, such as Friday the 13th, the Halloween movies. We've got Nightmare on Elm Street, the Chucky movies. I have to throw Tremors out there. Have y'all seen Tremors? Because that movie scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. And what are some other good ones? Gremlins. And then you have the classics. You can go with like The Exorcist, Psycho, The Shining, obviously, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You know, those old school, just like good movies. And as I list them all out now, you've probably already seen a remake to these, but the old school versions are cool, are classics. You're probably gonna rewatch them and kind of laugh a little bit, but you will jump at the same time. So there's all those, but I'm gonna pick it. And then probably Halloween is next. That's the one that I was like switching back and forth with. It was like 1970 something. I think that one came out. The old schools are always fun. And I like watching the remakes too. A lot of times they do really well with the remakes, so they're fun to watch as well. And we have made it down to number 2, which I'm going to do a zombie film. I love zombie flicks. Technically, some of the other ones I've listed are zombie flicks because I think like Wreck kind of counts as one and whatnot. However, this one is kind of like a horror drama that I picked as my favorite, but I couldn't not pick it because I just love this movie so much, and it's World War Z, which I love because Brad Pitt is the main guy and he's one of my favorite actors. And it has a good story to it. There's like family ties. It's scary. Like, it's a drama, I guess. It's like a thriller maybe more than a horror movie, but I consider it a horror movie. It's a zombie flick. I loved it. Great movie. If you want a zombie flick that's kind of like got those humor elements to it, then you have to go with Shaun of the Dead, of course, or Zombieland. Both of those are really good, in my opinion. I like them. And then if you want a scary zombie movie, you know, like Wreck or 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later, both very creepy. Oh, I Am Legend, of course, is a lot more like World War Z, where it's an actual story. You're gonna cry because of the dog, and you gotta love Will Smith, also great actor. I'm sorry that I have to list so many for you, but I do pick a favorite. Like, my favorite is World War Z, and then I have to show you those other ones in case you like zombie ones, and then you can, you know, watch those other ones after if you enjoyed the one zombie movie. So that's why I'm giving you multiple. It's like my favorite 7 movies plus 300 other ones. Number 1. Number 1's fairly recent, but it was such a cool movie and it always stands out in my head now that I have to mention it. And it's not, and usually I do prefer jump scares. Jump scares are what get me going or whatever, what I like. However, this one's more like just creepy and weird in the build-up, and you're just like, oh, I hate this kid, etc. as this movie goes along. But Babadook is gonna be number 1 on my list. Though they're again not in any particular order. But that is like a paranormal film. It's creepy, it's a little newer, it's just weird, it's got great acting in it. I really loved that movie. I just watched it and I'm like, what? After? I think I watched that one with Becca or Ariana, I don't remember. But it was pretty epic. And Babadook is just fun to say. Babadook. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna name my next like cat that. Babadook. I cannot think of it in my head. That's a great movie. One of my top faves from recently. I think it came out in 2014, 2015 maybe. And I believe it was an Australian film that did not do well in Australia and did do well here after it came out on Netflix or Amazon or whatever it was. However, I think all of these movies that I've listed are on Netflix or Amazon. I watch a lot of my movies through like Amazon Video or Amazon Prime. So you can watch a lot of them for free. And they're so good. I highly recommend. Movies like Babadook, I listed Oculus and It Follows off the top of my head. I don't know, for some reason those kind of like fit that category for me. But I digress. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope some of you like scary movies too and got something out of that, or agree with me, or have some input to put down below because I'd love to hear more. Oh, another one, A Girl with All the Gifts. Did I mention that before? Because that movie was great, a zombie movie. I'm done shutting up there. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Give me suggestions down below, or thumbs up if you like videos like this. You want me to do more, anything similar? Should I do a review on Stranger Things season 2 because I'm watching it right now? And I just love you guys so much, and this movie was fun to, this video was fun to make because I love scary movies. I love all movies, but scary movies are fun. So, I will see you in the next video, and, you know, stay sunny, sunshines, or something. I'll think of a cool outro saying eventually. I'm done. Love you. Bye.